Please remain calm. Attack of the Franchise is about to begin.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Attack of the Franchise. I am Yvonne, joined here with Andrew.
Hi guys. We're missing Lauren today because we threw her into a pit somewhere because she was trying to stop us from controlling the city, so we had to take care of that.
We have to do what was necessary. I did break her back, but hopefully within time she will come back and she will...
Hopefully an old man will just punch her in the back and, she'll recover.
Yeah.
And try and stop us.
We shall see.
So we're continuing with the Batman franchise. We're at the end of the Nolans.
Yes, this is his third installment to his trilogy. And you were mentioning before or after The Dark Knight was...
Inception.
Yes.
Which was a big deal because it was an original movie with a huge budget. And now he felt like he had control. But Warner Brothers, they love that Dark Knight billion-dollar money. And they're like, come on.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that they were actually going to do a third one. I just thought that he was going to give us the 1, 2, and then after Ledger, I thought he was just going to say peace out.
That's what he wanted to do. He was going to be like, there's not really a lot of good part 3s in a movie series, so maybe I should just call it quits, pull the old James Cameron after leaving after Terminator 2. But they lured him back because they said, he said he came up with a good story. And he said he didn't want to come back unless he was going to be committed. And I don't think he was very committed. I think he kind of phoned this one in.
Really? I disagree on that because I genuinely think that the plot was good and it lined up with the first two.
It's a little messy
for
me. We can get into it when we talk about the plot.
We'll definitely go at it later.
Yeah, I feel like he was one foot at the door looking at Interstellar and looking at McConaughey's beautiful face, ready to get that started. But I mean, after you do something like The Dark Knight, where can you go from there after you had this big billion-dollar movie that everybody loved with this genre-defining performance from Heath Ledger? It's I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to just walk away, riding that high.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the logical thing to do, but I genuinely love the third movie, and I thought it was great.
Yeah, they were talking about the third one even before The Dark Knight came out. They were like, okay, well, we have this great Heath Ledger performance. We should probably write him into a third one. Unfortunately, life happened. So I think that maybe might have been why Nolan was hesitant because, what would he do without that great character?
Yeah, and like you
have
said,
to do something really, really different.
Yeah, how would you go from the second one to a third one without...
Well, Warner Brothers wanted the Riddler because that's a very similar kind of Joker character because you could see exactly how he would work in the Nolan version, kind of similar to the Joker.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
With just all his big plans and everything. So Nolan decided to do something very different. We have Bane, who is a much more physical presence for Batman enemy. Because Batman does not have any people who can go toe-to-toe with him in these Nolan movies, really. Joker's this kind of wiry guy, and Nolan just thought it would be better to put this Batman through a physical test that he hasn't been through before, which I think fit the story well because this Batman is one that has been out of action for a bit since the last movie and very depressed and broken.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that his spirit's no longer there, especially after that was her name?
Rachel, that
Rachel's
memorable
passing.
Character, Rachel Dawes.
Yes, so he's a very broken man right now, and I liked how he captured that. I do love the villains in this one. I thought it was definitely a great cast.
We have Bane. The main influence for this story was Nightfall, which is Bane's introduction in the comics. It's his famous one. He breaks Batman, gets that broken back. He has to stop being Batman for a while. Also based on The Dark Knight Returns, obviously, because Batman's in retirement, but then he's going to come back and try to save the day again.
Yeah, I really liked the storyline with this one, and I didn't know that... Well, obviously, I'm not really a comic person, so I didn't know that it was a comic book or anything like that.
Yeah,
I thought they made up his character.
It's a lot of picking and choosing what the best elements are because you're not going to have Like in the comics, you have Ra's al Ghul, who is an actual immortal person who goes into this pit and comes out, and he's looking fresh.
Yeah, and he's rejuvenated.
Yeah.
He has a facelift.
And you're not going to have a killer crocodile running around, a 6-foot tall crocodile man beating up Christian Bale Batman. It just wouldn't fit.
No, it
might
wouldn't.
fit into the Pattinsons, but not for this one.
Yeah, not for like Nolan's aesthetic.
But the whole cast comes back, and we have Tom Hardy as Bane, one of the most handsome men ever, with his beautiful eyes.
Yeah, and his big
all
muscles.
All you can see from him. I
Yeah,
like that this
much.
Bane isn't just like a steroided out guy. He's just like a block of mass.
Yeah, sturdy.
He's firm. It's like a brick wall of a person.
Yeah, he looks solid.
And Tom Hardy isn't a big guy. He's like, even though they call him a big guy in this movie, he's
like 5'6".
5'9", I think.
Oh, 5'9". I thought he was shorter than that.
He doesn't come across as shorter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always think of him as an average guy, but then he's shorter than he actually looks. Kind of like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
you
true.
know, Robert Downey Jr. probably has those 6-inch heels during those Avengers movies. When he's a tiny little man.
Yeah. I definitely liked his character. I liked the costume design, too, that they went with it.
Yeah, the costume design is revolutionary, inspired.
Oh,
like he, we'll get into it when we talk about his role a little bit, but he's like portraying himself as this revolutionary type, like telling the people of Gotham to rise up. So he has this big jacket, and he does these big speeches about the people taking their power. And I love the mask in this. It's so cool. It's not that he is on these steroids in the comic. It's called Venom. He has these tubes. You saw it in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like that they went for that idea to have the mask, but he didn't have those weird, jelly-looking tubes attached to him.
Yeah, it's just pain medicine. It's like an anesthetic that he just breathes in constantly because he's scarred from his origin that we'll get to. We also have Anne Hathaway
as Catwoman. This is her big 2012. She's in this and Les Mis. This was her big era.
Yeah, I love her. Do you have feelings?
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Just thought I'd throw it out there.
Yes, I loved her to be Catwoman. I thought she was very slender and sleek, and she definitely gave off that. I don't know. I like her performance better than Zoe Kravitz's performance as Catwoman.
Ooh, okay. We'll talk about that later. But I think it was a bit of a controversy because Anne Hathaway obviously is Ella Enchanted and the Disney, what are those ones called? Is it the Princess
Diaries?
I was thinking of Princess Bride. I was like, that's not right.
No, wait a minute.
But I don't think a lot of people liked her at this time or thought she could pull it off because, like Heath Ledger and Joker, we had this iconic portrayal of Catwoman from the 90s, and it was Michelle Pfeiffer. Mm-hmm. It's a very different kind of Catwoman.
Yeah, very...
This is more comic accurate. She's just a thief, a very good thief who could kick ass, but she's not supernatural in any way.
She doesn't have that element to her, but I did like her costume design and also the attitude that she brought to Catwoman.
Yeah, I love the scenes in the early on when she's in the bar and she's dealing with the guy she's working for and he's betraying her, and then she just flips the switch from being intimidated to having the upper hand, and then when the cops blow in and she's just screaming over the top.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god. They leave and she just gets up and just walks out.
She pulls off the con woman
very well.
She thought she was actually going to be Harley Quinn as her when she went in to talk about going to be in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, because...
Were they talking about doing a version of that?
Well, I think it was just one of those things, they probably were super secretive, hush hush, you can't know who you're auditioning for, or reading these pages, because this was the big ending to this trilogy.
Right.
And who cares about spoilers? I don't care anymore.
I don't care. Yeah, I feel like I'm so desensitized by all of that.
I feel like they try too hard because, I don't know if we talked about this in the Batman Returns one, but Danny DeVito's Penguin was, held under strict, can't see what he looks like.
No, we didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah, they were we can't expose how the Penguin looks. We don't want to spoil anything. And they did that dumb thing for Batman v Superman 2. They did, Jesse Eisenberg was Lex Luthor. And, in all the behind-the-scenes photos, he has either a wig on, not that stupid orange wig that he wears in the movie, but, a brown wig. And, he either has a towel on his head, too. It's going to be a spoiler that Lex Luthor is going to be bald in the movie. Get over yourselves.
Yes,
Who cares?
We already know.
Who cares? And then we get Joseph Gordon-Levitt also. This was his big era also. He had this in Looper. He was a child actor. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I do too. I liked his character in this one. I thought it was necessary. But also, I thought he was going to be Robin for the longest time.
Well, his name is Robin.
Well, I know that, but I thought like his character was going to be, you know?
Yeah, that
but
was
you
another
don't get to
thing.
know his full name until...
That was another thing during the hype for the movie. They were like, we're not going to have a Robin. We're never going to have a Robin in this trilogy. We're going to have this character named John Blake, who's played by this youngish looking actor who's going to be best friends with Batman. But he's not Robin, guys. He's definitely not Robin.
Like, we promise.
We promise, guys. Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt had some hype around him during this time, and then he just kind of disappeared because he was in this and Looper, and then he had this movie Don John.
Was 50-50 after that or before that?
50 was before this one in 2010, I think. But yeah, he was on the rise up, and then he just took time off to do his hit record Joe stuff. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like a website where he makes videos and has like indie filmmakers make videos.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And like nothing ever happened with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I never knew that. I just know like after Don John, he just kind of like...
He was going to be Star-Lord, or I think he turned down to be Star-Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And he was turned down Ant-Man because it was between him and Paul Rudd.
Oh,
Maybe he got
Paul Rudd
scared
was
off
a better choice.
the big being an A-list star a bit.
Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't really like seen him in too much stuff. So.
Yeah, he took a break and had some kids. But I'm ready for a comeback from him. He hasn't been in anything that
I think he does a great job at his.
He does his squinty New York thing.
Yeah.
I'm a beat cop. I'm from New York, guys.
He kind of reminds me of like Robert De Niro in that sense, where he's just always like
his
squinting, always frowning and talking
and thing. Like, I'm tough, guys. I'm a cop.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a child actor pretending to be a grown-up boy.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, guys. Believe me. And then we have Marion Cotillard, big in France. Her big Hollywood one is Inception, obviously. Mm-hmm. And Nolan's like, you got to be in the next Batman. Come on, be in the next Batman. And she's like, no, I'm going to have a kid. Yeah. And he's like, all right, I'll remember that. And then she had her kid, and Nolan's like, come on, you don't have to do anything. Just come be a bro and be in this movie for me.
Do me a solid.
And she has that memorable role of Miranda Tate, and that's all she is. That's all she is, guys. All she is. Definitely no twist coming at all.
There's nothing else to her character. Very bland.
Yeah, it's like, why cast this great actress? It's almost like you expect a bad twist to come at the end.
But we don't know.
We definitely don't know. Yeah, so going back to Bane a bit, I was very hyped for Bane. He looked really awesome.
Yeah, I definitely liked the casting for Bane.
Yeah, they did the same thing that they did with The Dark Knight. They did this IMAX prologue, which is the opening of this one with the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they released it with Mission Impossible. I think I saw it in the theater when I saw Mission Impossible, one of the maybe 4. But it was really awesome, but you could not understand Bane at all. It was even more incomprehensible.
I'm glad you said that, because I think that's one of the things we can agree on is that
Do you like the voice at all?
I liked the voice. I genuinely did. Was it hard to understand him sometimes? Yes. Do I still have to watch it with subtitles? Definitely.
Way worse. If you watch, there's some crappy fan rips from that IMAX prologue. He's even more like, I'm Bane.
Yeah.
But I love his voice in this one because it's so... They obviously fixed it in post. They had Tom Hardy redub it, and it sounds so not in tune with the movie. You know what I mean? It's not mixed into the movie that well. It's like he's this otherworldly presence, and it's so intimidating.
Yeah, because whenever he comes on the screen, you're just like... Yeah,
you never forget that he's there, and you feel like such dread whenever he's like talking to anybody, because obviously he turns on his henchmen, and his henchmen have this cult-like
mentality with him where it's like
they'll die for him.
Yeah.
Like that one in the beginning who goes down with the plane without any hesitance.
Yeah, he's like, you're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie.
You're doing great, sweetie. Now, peace out.
Yeah, that scene was definitely a game changer, and it definitely set the mood for how the movie was gonna start off.
Nolan loves showing off.
Yeah, he really does.
His plane, and he's tilting the plane, and it's a real
sets.
plane, and then like the Himalayas or wherever he shot it. It looks so cool.
Yeah, he's such a baller, dude.
So good with the big set pieces like that, and so
making them real, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah, making it feel tangible and like, oh, the scale of it. He really wanted to go big with this one because you have these larger set pieces and you have all these extras.
I was going to ask you, what was the budget for this one? Because these set pieces were
$250 million.
Holy shit.
This was the first time when I looked on like Wikipedia for like budgets.
Yeah.
And it's like 250. Like last time I looked, like most movies were like 150.
Yeah.
And like this one and the Avengers, I'm like, what? How could you spend this much money?
Oh yeah.
And
their set pieces were huge, especially like the designs, and for Nolan too, he goes above and beyond with that stuff.
Yeah, because you have all those Batmobiles running around, and you have like that big scene at the end on this huge city street with like 1,000 extras all running at each other, and it's just a lot of effort for this clunky story that we can get into.
We disagree.
Okay, let's get into the plot then. So we open. Harvey's dead.
Yes.
Batman took the fall.
He took the fall, and then you've got Commissioner Gordon coming in to just kind of give a rundown of
previously on The Dark Knight.
Yeah, so previously on The Dark Knight.
This guy who has never done anything bad in his life ever died for us. The Joker killed him, or something happened. He got scarred, and whatever. Batman killed him.
Yeah.
And since his death, we've been able to clean up Gotham. The mob is pretty much done.
Right.
So Batman has been retired for 8 years, which I think is a mistake for what they set up with him later on, that he is so badly injured from his Batman. It seems too over the top.
You think so? I thought it fit in perfectly because I thought it makes complete sense because of the shit that he goes through.
Yeah,
like,
but it's not that
physically.
Much shit. I know in real life, like, obviously you can't be the Batman because you'll be messed up.
Yeah, you
can't do any of this stuff. But like, this one has comic booky logic, obviously, with the plane escape and the aerial vehicle that can go around. So I don't buy that he did all this damage, because if you clock up the time that he's been Batman, it's Batman Begins. All right, he's Batman for a week. The Dark Knight's a year later, and then done. 8 years you did.
It's nothing in your 8 years.
Nothing, and you're this broken.
I think it kind of fit for me because it like shows that human quality of it.
If it was 30 years later.
Yeah, maybe they should have made more time go by, but I thought like 8 years was good enough to kind of be like, okay, he is withered and he, hasn't kept up with it. He hasn't practiced. He hasn't trained.
Cool Zorro mustache, soul patch, goatee combo, and practicing his archery.
He's forever in his pajamas.
Yeah, doing his Howard Hughes thing.
Yeah.
Did you know Christopher Nolan always wanted to make a Howard Hughes movie?
No.
Yeah, because he had a script and it was like, this is the best thing I've ever written. And then a little movie called The Aviator came out. And Nolan was like, damn you, Scorsese. What the hell?
Fucking Scorsese.
You screwed me over. Yeah, so we have all this set up. You have the Harvey Dent letter that Commissioner Gordon has with him at all times.
Yes.
He never puts that in a safe or anything.
No, he never ensures that it's properly taken care of or stowed away safely. He just always has it on hand. Yeah, I think he does that as like a reminder, maybe, to the truth.
They have this party, I guess, to celebrate that they have taken out the mob, or to mourn Harvey. And
it was at Bruce Manor, wasn't it?
It's at Bruce Manor because, as we all know, this aloof billionaire who doesn't want to talk to anybody loves to throw parties.
Yeah. Just loves to throw ragers.
Yeah, even though he just stays in his room and plays with his cane all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, Bruce is a recluse. Alfred keeps telling him like, hey, come on, get out of the house once in a while. It's been 8 years since Rachel died. Yeah,
you need to get out there and move on or do something,
Yeah, you can't just sit in here and wait to die.
Yeah.
Then Anne Hathaway comes, steals his mother's pearls, but also his fingerprints. And this starts this really...
The wheels start turning in his head, most definitely.
It definitely ignites his detective side to get back and being like, okay, why did they take my fingerprints? Why is this happening right now?
And the way he catches her is so, like, badass, too.
Yeah,
because he already knew. Yeah.
Yeah, and it starts this corporate espionage subplot where you have Ben Mendelsohn as working for Wayne Enterprises, and he wants to take over because Bruce hasn't been doing anything with the company. He has... What do you think he watches? Does he watch TV? There's not a TV in there.
No, I don't. In that huge-ass house or manor of his, I highly doubt there's a TV.
He doesn't bother to check on his company or anything. He's so depressed that he lets the orphanage run out of money.
Yeah, he just stopped caring about everything and anything after Rachel died.
Yeah, because the company doesn't have any profits because he invested it all into this nuclear project. Bane kidnaps a nuclear scientist to try and find out more about this project.
Yeah, it just goes back and forth with...
Yeah, it's a lot because this is like the whole first hour. Batman, he doesn't become Batman again until 45 minutes in.
Yeah, but I liked that work up to it, though. Maybe I'm just super dramatic in that sense, but I really appreciated that.
It didn't need to be that long, I guess.
Yeah.
Or this many characters, a subplot, because you have Ben Mendelsohn. There's a lot of time for Ben Mendelsohn. He's secretly working with Bane. Bane's doing this stuff. Bane has his people in the sewer. They got to take out Commissioner Gordon. It's all this setup.
But it's all for a reason, though. It perfectly adds up to everything.
Not really. It's not worth...
I'm going to flip this table.
It's not worth a 3-hour runtime to set all this up what you could do in 20 minutes.
It's the third installment. Yeah, it's 3 hours. You gotta do
it. I guess. You gotta be epic because you're Christopher Nolan and you can't go back to...
You gotta do it big, and it's gonna be your last one. He hasn't really... I mean, maybe he's produced like superhero movies after this one, but...
He produced Man of Steel because he came up with the story idea or helped develop the Man of Steel story idea.
Oh, really? Was Zack Snyder? He did that?
It wasn't with Zack Snyder. It was with David Goyer, the writer.
Okay.
And he was like,
Snyder just directed it.
Yeah. And he was like, well, if I was going to do Superman, how would I do it in my realistic Christopher Nolan style?
They did a good job of that.
And they did the alien invasion angle. And I could talk about Man of Steel for an hour, but we gotta talk about this movie.
It's a great movie. We'll get to that point.
So everybody wants Bruce to get out. They want him to bone Marion Cotillard. Like, hey, this girl over here.
Come
on.
Here you go.
Here you go. And Bruce is like, no, I gotta investigate this super attractive cat thief that stole my mom's pearls.
And my fingerprints.
And Alfred starts to see the wheels turning in his head again, like, oh no. He's about to go back into that path of self-destruction.
Yeah.
And now he is going to do it even more recklessly because he has nothing to live for.
At this point, in his mind, he thinks that he has nothing to live for. So for Alfred to see him just go back into that state of mind and want to just, like you said, go on that path of destruction, it's, I don't know, it's like a father watching their kid, like, just make the same mistakes over and over again.
Alfred is the MVP in this movie.
He really is. He's the only voice of reason.
Yeah, and he disappears for 90% of it, which is another problem. Even though
I did have a problem with that.
Michael Caine kills it. That last scene, the show just handed him his Oscar right there, and then
right then and there. It always gets me. It's a tearjerker for sure.
So then we have the scene in the beginning. I don't really remember why, but Commissioner Gordon goes into the sewer. The henchmen take him. I forget what they're doing. Something with trucks or...
Well, there was children or kids like from the orphanage. Oh, they found a dead body. Yeah, that would like age out, I guess.
Yeah, because the orphanage ran out of money because Bruce is terrible.
He's just a terrible person right now. So for the past 8 years or even before that, like they just...
Yeah, this is why it's too complicated. Okay, just hey,
there's so much.
We heard about this Bane guy. I'm going to go into the sewer and find this Bane guy, okay?
Yeah.
So Commissioner Gordon goes down there, gets his ass kicked. Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes to Bruce Wayne because he knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman from the one time he saw him in his whole life. He's like, you look like a Batman.
You look like a Batman guy.
He's like, I could tell from the look in your eye. You're really into armor and big tanks. So, yeah.
He's like, I know you.
I relate to
you inside and out.
If I was rich, I would be doing the same thing. So
yeah, he basically calls him out, and it's just like,
he's the
do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, come on, we need the Batman back.
Yeah.
Commissioner Gordon is in the hospital because Bane, or he tried to escape and went over to into the waterfall in the sewer.
Yeah, he barely made it out alive.
Did he get shot? I don't remember.
I don't think he got shot. Oh, yeah, he did get shot, I think, by one of, like, his henchmen or something.
So he's laid up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And Batman comes to visit him. He's like, well, I don't know if I can be Batman again. Like, we solved all this stuff. He's like, come on, look at me.
Yeah.
We need the Batman to come back.
Yeah. He's just got like a Bruce Wayne's just got like a beer belly, and it's just I wish they would have done that.
Yeah, Dr. Tom Lennon from Reno 911
yeah.
tells him that he's a messed up guy.
Mm-hmm.
He has no cartilage in his knee. So Batman starts preparing to come back. He gets his magic knee brace.
Yeah.
It's
the mechanical one, right?
It's the mechanic one.
Yeah.
He puts it on his knee and he can kick really hard now.
He's got super kickback, guys.
Morgan Freeman shows him this awesome new vehicle. It's kind of the
like
Nolan version of the Batplane.
Yeah.
It's like this just flying vehicle. And so he comes back. Bane is attacking the New York Stock Exchange, the Gotham City Stock Exchange.
There you go.
Yeah, I got there. And Batman comes, saves the hostages that Bane took, and then we find out that Bane pulled sneaky on Bruce Wayne. He made a bunch of bad stock trades, and Bruce is poor now.
Yeah.
Because that's another theme of the movie. It's very much like A Tale of Two Cities, which is Nolan's main inspiration. It's about this rich versus poor thing.
Dynamic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just basically eat the rich.
Yeah, it's like, because Catwoman gives Bruce the speech about, like, a storm's going to come. We're not going to take this stuff lying down anymore with you rich people living so high and mighty while we have nothing.
Yeah, because it's been an ongoing thing, so.
Yeah. And that was a controversy when the movie was coming out because Occupy Wall Street started happening around the time of marketing.
Oh, shit, that is right.
And Nolan was like, guys, come on. We started filming like way before. It's just a coincidence.
So how is this responsible for that?
Yeah. But Batman returns. He's come back. He has his Batpod. He is investigating to try and stop Bane.
Yeah, after his first encounter with him, he's like, okay.
Alfred tells him, like, no, Bane will kill you. This guy is scary. I've done my Googling.
I went on my Google machine.
Mr. Wayne. I found out this Bane guy, he's scary, and you are not ready for this because you are not doing this for the right reasons anymore. Not
only wasn't he doing it for the right reasons, but he's been out of it for so long. He hasn't kept up with this training. He's not the same young man he was before, and he has this he
doesn't have the fire.
And he also has this complex about him, which I love that Nolan did, is like, I am Batman. I've done this several times before, and I can do this again. Like, there's that cockiness and arrogance about him. Yeah,
and you have the depression angle, like, he is going to do this no matter what.
Yeah.
Because it's basically like, this is his life, and it's his suicide wish, basically.
Yeah, in a way, it's like, if I don't die as Batman or, like, die doing this, then I'm just going to do it on my own.
Yeah. And Alfred drops the bombshell to try and get him to stop because Batman's like, well, I can't go to a normal life anymore. I had Rachel. That was my normal life, and that went up in smoke. No pun intended.
Yeah, well, because... So he definitely is just... He has this, like, image in his mind of things would have worked out with me and Rachel, but then she died.
Yeah, and Alfred drops the bombshell that Rachel chose Harvey.
Yeah, and he's like, I burned the letter. He's like, so you wouldn't have to see that.
She wrote about how he had a better chin than you.
How he was better looking than you.
Said his dick was bigger.
He was all around a perfect man, Bruce.
Yeah, he was a white knight, not a dark knight. And Bruce is like, get the fuck out of here.
He's like, get the fuck out of my manor. We are through.
Yeah, and then Bruce wakes up the next day. He's like, Alfred, sorry.
Yeah,
but Alfred's gone. He's not going to come back till the end of the movie.
Yeah, he's completely gone for that entire movie.
But then we have a cool little team up with Batman and Catwoman because Catwoman's motivation is that she's been working for Bane on the side to try and get a clean slate because she's tired of being a thief. She wants a fresh start.
Right. So she's honest with him to an extent. But you also have to remember she is a very selfish human being and only cares about herself.
Yeah, she makes some bad decisions, lures Batman into a confrontation with Bane.
Yes.
And this is my favorite part of the movie.
I think this is probably No. Yeah, like my second favorite part in the movie.
It's such a good scene because this Batman is very focused on stealth. And now he is about to get in a straight up brawl with this Hulk of a man, like muscle on muscle, in a confrontation he's never had before.
Yeah, someone who was just bred in like the darkness, and everything that Bruce thought that he knew just goes right out the fucking window. God,
I love Bane's voice so much.
I do, just especially in this scene. I can talk about this scene for hours, man. Like, it's beautiful. And it was just beautiful.
His voice is so fun to do.
Yeah.
My Bane voice is like my favorite impression to do. I love
do it.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know how well this will come up on the mark.
That's a good one.
I was born in the darkness. My Bane is like if Sean Connery was trapped in a well.
Oh, there you go.
That's how I hear it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that does sound like Sean Connery. Yeah, but just his voice in this scene, or just like in general and throughout the movie, just that you really don't know what he actually sounds like, you know?
Yeah, it's so commanding and intimidating. Tom Hardy was so great. But then we get the dumb plot conveniences because Bane set his lair up in the sewer, and the sewer just happens to be under the Wayne Enterprises, where we have all of Batman's gear. And
I like that scene because he just like detonates it, and then it just
it's a
falls
baller
down.
move.
Yeah,
I guess that's not my problem with it. My problem is when Gordon orders every city cop in Gotham into the sewer.
Yeah, but is it too far off and too silly and stupid to think that something like that wouldn't happen? Because genuinely,
that's too stupid.
You really think so?
That's too stupid.
I think that something like that would have really happened.
I know it's not every cop, but and like you have the Matthew Modine character who is like the runner-up to being commissioner, I guess, or the temporary one, and he turns out to be a coward, and all the cops kind of go into hiding. The remaining ones, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like 99% of the city cops is down there.
Yeah, but I liked that though because it fit perfectly with the scene, or like where they were going with it.
I get why they did it.
Yeah.
To get to Bane being like this revolutionary figure. He's like, the cops are corrupt. Harvey Dent, he wasn't the White Knight. He murdered a lot of people.
Yeah. He basically exposes the truth, but all the while he has
it was this big cover up.
Yeah. He exposes that, and I liked that because now there's just utter and total mayhem that happens throughout Gotham, and nobody can do anything because all the policemen are trapped under this. Is it in the sewer or?
It's in the sewer.
Yeah.
I get it. It's still dumb.
I get your reasoning.
I get why they
but it's
did
still
it, but,
stupid.
Maybe do another pass through the script. Maybe get another reason why.
What would you have done different?
I mean, you could have just killed them all.
Oh my god! You could have just gone like super dark with
or
it,
like
and
have
just
the League of Shadows infiltrate the police force.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, do something a little different to make a little more logic sense, because the other Nolans are very logic based. Like you see the progression and you can see
it's very cut to the point.
Even though Joker does these ridiculous things, it's within some level of reason and logic. Like you don't predict him to actually be able to accomplish these things. Like, and he has these clever plans with the switcheroo of the henchmen and the hostages.
Yeah.
Bane's very blunt.
Yeah, he is very blunt, but I do like the long and drawn out process of all of it.
Yeah, it could have just used another pass.
I disagree. But I liked it. I liked that scene, and I liked how after he exposes everything, like I said, it's just utter and total mayhem.
Yeah, and that's happening concurrently with Bane beating up Batman. He breaks Batman. Mm-hmm. He takes him to this retreat, the spa retreat, into this
where we took Lauren.
Where Lauren is currently. She's hanging out with Batman. Takes him to the prison in the Middle East where he has a broken back.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of get like the background of Bane at that point.
Yeah, they start to reveal more aspects of him.
Isn't that where Bruce wakes up?
Yeah, that's where Bruce wakes up. He's in the prison. Bane talks to him. He's like, I'm not going to kill you because
you're in the worst place ever.
We still have another hour of the movie to go.
Fucking Miller, dude.
I'm going to make you watch on this high-def TV how I'm going to fuck your city over.
Yeah. No, he definitely, I liked that part, but also I like how you get that introduction of Bane and where he came from, because he was like, although I'm not going to kill you, he's like, I don't have to.
Yeah, they start to tie it back into the first one where the other prisoners start to tell Batman about this origin of the one person who was able to escape from the prison. It's like the worst prison ever. You have young Liam Neeson. He fell in love.
He was a
had
missionary,
a kid.
right?
He was a mercenary.
Mercenary, there you go.
He maybe likes missionary position. But
Maybe. We don't
did
know.
knock up the warlord's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
And the warlord was so pissed that he threw his daughter in the
well.
jail. Whatever. Screw it. I don't care. She's in the pit. She has a baby. She dies off screen.
Yeah.
The baby survives because there's a protector of the baby.
Yeah. But we don't know who that is.
Who is definitely not shaped exactly like Tom Hardy is shaped.
We don't know who that person is, so.
Some other person in this movie that has the exact same build as Tom Hardy.
Becomes a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And decides to take care of this baby.
Yeah.
So we think.
Becomes a big papa to the baby.
Yes.
And
so he has to save the baby so he gets out of the well.
Yeah, the kid grows up, the kid gets out of the well. Batman starts to think like,
young Bane.
That kid is Bane.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter at all, because it doesn't matter at all why that that they're the son of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
It's not like that's the reason why, because the League of Shadows just wants to take over Gotham. Like, that's their plan in general. So Batman having this big revelation doesn't matter until the twist, which is just jammed in there, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So Batman goes through boot camp to fix his,
we can call it that.
He goes through the big medicinal revelation that to fix a out of place vertebrae, you just have to punch it really hard,
or just hang yourself upside down for hours on end.
Yeah. And the only way to get out of this prison is you have to jump from rock to rock.
Yes. And you got to shimmy your way out.
You got to shimmy out.
And you got to give yourself jazz hands at the end of it.
And all you got is this rope to keep you from plummeting.
Yes. To your inevitable death.
Which, if I was Bane, I would have just taken the rope.
Honestly, yes.
Because Bane runs the prison.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Gotham, Bane's taken over. The revolution has happened. The rich are being dragged into the streets.
Now they're the poor, and the poor is the rich.
Yeah, it's chaos. You think it's this big statement from Bane, like he's a terrorist or whatever, and revolutionary leader, but it's all ruse, because Bane has the nuclear bomb, and he threatens the world like, hey, if I see anybody looking at Gotham, I'm gonna blow this place up.
Yeah.
And but the bomb's gonna go off no matter what.
Yeah, he definitely just does this thing to just get everybody like so scared and like in an uproar, but they're definitely executing the plan that they had in the first movie. Yeah.
This could have happened in the first 20 minutes. And then
no, it needs to be drawn out. It needs to be long and dramatic. We need to get to that point.
Okay, my pitch
is... What would have been your pitch?
Okay, Batman has still been Batman, but he's also dealing with the law. But his heart's not in it anymore. Okay, so he's just like phoning in being Batman.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe he's like going like dark and like actually crippling people or something. Mm-hmm. And then Alfred's like, you're going too far. Mm-hmm. I know you lost Rachel, but get over it.
Yeah.
And, same thing happens. Alfred leaves. Batman keeps being Batman. Bane comes in. He's like, I know what you did to Harvey, and I'm going to break you.
Take everything you love.
And I'm going to cause this revolution. Keep the same motivation or whatever, but it happens like 20 minutes in. And he's broken. Batman's broken like for another hour and a half.
So you would have just preferred it if he just went like super dark instead of being like a sad boy in his manner.
Yeah, if he went, I don't know. He could be a sad boy still, but he could be like just
still
like
a murdering sad boy.
Not murdering, maybe just
maim or harm.
Maybe he goes out every other night,
every other weekend.
And Alfred's like, "Hey, you let this killer croc kill all these orphans."
Oh fuck!
And Batman's like, "But Rachel, blah blah blah," and then Alfred's like, "Okay, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
And then Bane breaks Batman, takes over the city. Batman has to train a new Batman. And he starts to train Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And so that would be your pitch.
That would be my pitch. He trains Joseph Gordon-Levitt while he recovers, and then him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt team up at the end. He gets his, he can have that Ben Affleck robot suit if he wants, but...
Yeah, see, I would have liked it if they teamed up at the end.
Yeah, it could have used some more superhero team up.
I think so.
Because this came out the same summer as the Avengers, which is complete opposite of the Nolans, which is like this big hero celebration of seeing all these colorful characters coming to life and coming together and stopping aliens.
Yeah, and it's very like over the top and
not trying to go for realism at all.
No, there's no seriousness to it. It's just very like
but I don't know. I like this movie. I don't want to shit on it.
Yeah,
but it has some issues. Like, when I walked out of it, I was like, better than The Dark Knight. Tom Hardy's going to get an Oscar, guys.
I still feel like that.
This is probably the first time I watched it in maybe a decade, maybe.
Oh, really?
Since it came out on DVD. Because I'll watch Batman Begins and I'll watch The Dark Knight whenever. Yeah. But this one is just emotionally exhaustive.
I like it. I like that it's long and drawn out. I don't like being
drained of my emotions.
I do. I just sit there and just...
So Batman has trying to be getting out of the pits.
Yeah.
Then he finally...
Yeah, well, after he gets, like, the background of Bane, it kind of, like, sets a fire under his butt where he's like, fuck this guy.
The doctor gives him a motivation like, you're not getting out of here because you're not afraid of dying. Yeah. You're trying to die. You're trying to go back and just die. You need to go back and fight. You need to save your city. That's the motivation. That kind of pulls Bruce back into the fire that got him into being Batman, which I really liked.
I didn't know that. I thought, well, my perception of it, I just thought he was like, no, after hearing the story of Bane, he was like, I'm just going to go off and I'm going to show this guy that he can't fuck with me.
He's not really being the best Batman he could be in the first part. And that Bane fight really shows how out of practice he is in like trying to throw smoke bombs in a very well lit sewer. Yeah,
and then him just going at him and that part of him where he's like, come on!
He's like very desperate.
Yeah.
But then I love it at the end because he has the passion reignited in him. Mm-hmm. He rises out of the pit.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises. Good job,
I
Nolan.
know. Very subtle.
So Batman comes out. He comes back to Gotham. Mm-hmm. He's like, the shit cannot stand. I'm going to have to start fixing everything.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I'm going to go paint this 60-foot tall bat on the Brooklyn Bridge real quick. He recruits Catwoman to help him.
Yeah. Well, I thought did she come to him or did he go to her?
He went to her. He found her on the streets because he's Batman. Yeah. He can find anybody.
Apparently he can just find anyone.
He kind of bribes her with the clean slate, like, help me, I'll help you. But also, maybe you're a good person.
Yeah, maybe there is like something redeeming in you. Like you just seem lost and I was there at that point. So I feel like I can help you.
He gets everybody on the same page. They try to find the bomb. He gets back with Morgan Freeman, gets his awesome bat suit back. Mm-hmm. And Bane has kidnapped his girlfriend. We haven't really talked about her.
Yeah, we really didn't get to talk about their experience after Bruce Wayne
he lost his money.
Yeah.
She shows up at his house. They bone.
And then that was it. Did she leave or did he leave?
He left to go be a Batman and get his back broken.
Yeah.
And she's just there. She's in control of the company now since he
appointed her to.
Yeah, she's running things and she lets Bane get access to the nuclear thing. There's also a nuclear bomb. I keep forgetting.
There's so much wrong.
Yeah, Bane has a nuclear bomb, whatever. That was part of the clean nuclear program, and Batman was like, nah, too dangerous. And then Marion Cotillard was like, no, y'all can have it. I don't have an ulterior motive.
Just take it.
Just take it, guys. No, stop. Don't.
Please don't. No.
Don't take it, and here's not the keys to the entrance.
But yeah, with the way that they did that up, they made it seem like she was just at a point where she had to like give all that stuff up. It was either her life or
just
hand it over.
It was not a good twist.
No,
it was there. You could see right away.
I thought it was. I didn't see it. Maybe I'm just dumb.
Well, they did leak because I was following this movie like a madman when it was coming out. It was like my most anticipated movie ever.
Oh, okay.
Like there was behind the scenes photos of her outfit at the end.
Where she
Her
was
very
like,
normal businesswoman ninja robes.
yeah. No, I didn't see any of that.
So Batman comes, he rescues the cops out of the sewer. Everybody's ready. We're going to have this big epic fight with all these henchmen with guns, and they're going to run at each other.
Yeah, it's
And
like the cops
have
versus the...
Have a very sloppy, poorly executed brawl.
I liked it. I thought it
There's
was very
all
well
these
executed.
machine guns, and nobody's getting shot.
Yeah, everybody died.
Not everybody.
But some people.
Not enough.
A good amount.
Not enough.
I think a good amount of people died.
More cops should have been murdered. Y'all can quote
You heard
me
it
on
here
that.
first.
So Batman has round 2 with Bane, but he gets the better of him because he found out that the mask gives him like pain medicine.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna punch your mask, bro.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up, bro.
Yeah, that mask is dumb and I'm gonna punch it. And then he's like, I know you are the son of Ra's al Ghul, and
yeah.
Where's the bomb trigger? And he's like, nah, wrong.
Yeah, he's like, not me, bro.
And then Marion Cotillard is there, is like, guess what? Plot twist, stabs him, twists the knife.
Yeah.
My name's Al Ghul.
Yeah.
Talia Al Ghul. I don't know if you know anything about her. She's in the comics.
No, I didn't know that she was in the comics.
She's Batman's, she's probably his number 2 main squeeze.
Oh, okay.
They actually have a child together.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And their child becomes a Robin.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, she's like, you killed my father.
Yeah, pretty much. She was just like, I'm avenging my dad, so I'm...
Yeah, Bane was her protector in the pit, so they're bonded.
Mm.
And Ra's al Ghul kicked him out of the League of Shadows because...
He loved her.
No, it was because Bane was a monster that was in the pit, and he reminded Liam Neeson of his failure to protect his wife.
I thought it was because I think she says his only crime was for loving me.
Yeah, maybe that's another factor of it also,
Yeah.
but that causes her to leave the League of Shadows, and Liam Neeson does his Batman Begins thing.
Yeah.
And Talia finds out that he died. Batman killed him. They actually confirmed that he killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Batman didn't even try
so
to
he
defend
does
it.
murder people.
We have finally established that the one rule thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
He could have saved everybody in the Dark Knight.
But he decided not to.
Yeah, he decided not to. What self-defense, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, Talia stabs him. Talia's like, I'm going to go set off this bomb. Deuces, Bane, watch him. I want him to feel the nuclear heat.
Yeah.
And Bane's like, yeah, I'm not going to wait around for that, so I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah.
Then he gets shot by Catwoman in the
Yes.
Batpod.
And she just comes.
Love it.
Yeah, just in there like a badass dude and just saves his ass big time. Because
Yeah,
if it wasn't for
she
her,
had
he
a good-
actually would have died.
She had a good heart
Yeah.
because she's Anne Hathaway.
Well, yeah, because
America's
like,
sweetheart.
well, there's that point in the movie where, you know, she was like, I did what you wanted me to do. I'm leaving. Please come with me. And he was like, I
Yeah,
can't. I have to
because they
stay
have a
here.
Flirtatious thing going on.
Yeah.
And Batman, I love that conversation between them when she's like begging him to come with her.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I haven't given the city all I can yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a great scene.
And she's just, I like it because he leaves her there and she's just there, just on her bike, like, what do I
Yeah.
do? What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, Catwoman saves him. I actually missed this part in the theater. I blinked. It's literally a blink, and you miss
yeah.
it moment. And I was like, what happened to Bane?
Where is he?
I was probably eating popcorn or something. I just
Yeah.
didn't notice. And
yeah,
so,
he dies.
yeah, they go out. The bomb's going to go off anyway. Batman has to take the bomb out. And
He has a baller move.
yeah, he gets his bat plane. He's like, I'm out of here. See ya. By the way, Commissioner Gordon, I'm Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Makes out with Catwoman maybe a little too long. This time is of the essence, Bruce.
Yeah.
So he takes the bomb and
Goes out as far as he can.
goes out as far as he can. And we know he's obviously still in there because they keep cutting to him in there.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no shenanigans going on. They clearly established 5 times in the movie the autopilot is broken. Morgan Freeman says so.
Yeah.
And it blows up. Everybody's sad. Boo-hoo. Batman's dead.
Bruce Wayne's dead.
Bruce Wayne also died at the exact same time. Nobody look into this any further. Nobody do a side-by-side comparison of Batman's chin and Bruce Wayne's chin. And yeah, everybody, happy ending, bittersweet ending. Bruce and Batman are gone.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's dead because obviously he is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. And Alfred has the Oscar-winning
performance of a lifetime.
Should have been Oscar-winning.
Honestly.
Where he cries at the Wayne's grave and he's like, I failed y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all gave me one job.
And I
had
it up.
one thing to do.
And I just royally fucked it up.
Yeah, my bad. I'm going to go on vacation because Bruce left me all his money.
Yeah. He's like, I need to go get my affairs in order.
I need to go to my favorite bar in Italy real quick.
No, but he did really give a good performance, and it was a big-time tearjerker. The sentimentality of it and
great. One of the best comic book performances ever.
Yeah.
Michael Caine underrated in this trilogy because Michael Caine's obviously one of the greatest living actors ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good.
Yeah, his performance was great, and just his whole monologue that he gave was impeccable. It definitely makes you cry.
Yeah. So yeah, they have the funeral. Morgan Freeman finds out that the autopilot was what? Fixed.
It worked.
By Bruce Wayne.
What?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets some stuff inherited to him by Bruce Wayne. He has quit being a cop because cops follow orders, even though they're dumb. So he stops being a cop.
Yeah, he has this kind of like, it's the same mentality as Batman, so.
And meanwhile, he goes over to the receptionist and is like, I don't see anything under John Blake. He's like, try my legal name.
Robin.
And
I don't know. For me, that just gave me like goosebumps watching that because it's just like.
John Blake.
Yeah, it was just like, perfect. It was a beautiful setting.
No.
I think so. It was great. It was a great introduction to who he really is. And also, it's that beautiful thing of passing the fucking torch, Andrew.
I get it. He didn't have to.
So dramatic. It's so good.
He didn't have to literally be named Robin.
I think so.
Because his name is John Blake. The names of the Robins in the comic books are Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Jason Todd. Tim Drake. So it's kind of like an amalgamation of
all
those.
Of them.
But then behind the scenes, they were like, no, he's not Robin. No. It's like, screw y'all, okay? Just.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Did they do that just to try and like keep it like
just
under hush hush?
Wraps, yeah. And they said there would never be a Robin. So even if they like named him, they would be like, whatever. It's just I think it's dumb that they.
So you just think it was like a dumb throwaway? Like.
Yeah, I don't know. Call him another name.
I liked it. I liked the fact that it was Robin, and I like how they weren't together. It wasn't like a partner thing. It was more of a passing the torch.
Yeah, because Bruce leaves him instructions to the Batcave. Mm-hmm. It's like, I hope he gave him instructions like, okay, first off, go to ninja school.
Wait, well then, go to ninja school. He's like,
okay,
and then
step one, ninja school.
And then you're gonna go past my manor. If you smell bear pee, you have gone too far.
You have to find the sick ass flower I planted in the back. It's blue.
Don't sniff it.
You're gonna trip balls.
Don't sniff it, or you will trip balls. But anyways,
if you have any living relatives, make sure they get shot in a dirty alley, in a heroin den.
Make sure that the woman you love is murdered in a fire.
Yeah, make sure the guy that cucks you gets half his face blown off.
He's like, and then you gotta go and do all of this other shit. There's gonna be petty crimes in between. You're just gonna blow right through that.
I'm gonna give you the number to my manservant. You don't have to use him, but they have to be British.
Yeah, so he basically just gives him all these instructions on how to get to the Batcave, and it's a beautiful ending, I think.
That's the final shot. Before that, we have Alfred going on vacation to have sex with Italian prostitutes.
Yes, and I think it was confirmed that that's what he was doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That might have been a deleted scene.
I think those were deleted scenes. Yeah.
But then he goes to his favorite bar and he looks over. Who could it be?
Yes. So
this, generically handsome guy with brown hair
and a slender woman.
Definitely not one of the most famous people in the world, Bruce Wayne. And this
slender dark-haired woman.
Very famous cat burglar. Well, she had the clean slate, I guess, but
yeah.
But yeah, I love it. Bruce, because Batman is obviously a comic book character. Mm-hmm. Comic books have to go on forever. Batman's been a character for 80 years.
Yeah.
This is probably the only time in media that Batman will get a happy ending.
Yeah, it does have a happy ending to all of it.
Yeah, and that's why I love it, because this Batman was never about a never-ending mission on crime. He was about fixing Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, he did.
I mean, it took him only fucking forever.
There's probably still some people selling crack on the corner, but
yeah.
He doesn't.
It's small. It's
he's
a
leaving
small
that up
crime.
to Robin. That's
yeah.
a Robin thing. I don't deal with that shit. I deal with the big guys, Robin.
That's why Joseph Gordon-Levitt was there, just to take care of the petty crimes.
Yep. So if there's any prostitutes, you got this. I'm gonna go be in Italy with my hot girlfriend now.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fully retired now.
Yeah.
Like, this is up to you.
Yeah. He faked his death. That's another logic gap you just kind of have to roll with. Bruce Wayne is the most famous person in the world.
It makes sense. I mean, he's the most famous person in the world, but also, like, I don't know. I thought it tied in beautifully, where it was just like he gets this second chance to just live this life that he never got to live, or that he didn't take seriously.
Yes, he can finally, he's free of the burden of being the Batman.
Yeah. And
now it's just Gordon-Levitt's problem.
And now you have to keep passing the torch.
Some people don't like it because Batman usually would never stop being Batman, like I said. But
yeah.
I'm fine with it because it's this version of Batman.
Yeah, I liked Christopher Nolan's rendition on Batman.
Would it have been better if he died?
Yes, I would have much preferred it if he died, because it's like, I don't know, maybe that's just like the sick person in me where
the new James Bond.
No.
You want me spoilers for new James Bond?
Yeah, spoiler alert.
James Bond dies at the end.
Oh, he does? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it very much reminded me of that, because he dies and it's this emotional thing, and then immediately it's like James Bond will return. It's like y'all just can't let it breathe for a movie.
Yeah. I would have preferred it if he died, because I think to me that would have been like the end to his suffering.
Died.
Yeah.
I do like that he has a happy ending, and maybe it would have been too predictable if he dies, because the whole marketing was like the legend falls, the legend ends.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can see that.
And the poster is Bane walking away from the broken Batman mask.
I don't know. I would have much preferred it if he died, because it's like he went through all of this, and I didn't see him being with Catwoman. I just thought maybe.
Yeah, that's a little rushed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's Anne Hathaway. I'll buy it. Whatever.
Yeah. All in all, I mean, it was.
I'll fake my death for Anne Hathaway. I don't care.
Same here.
Yeah.
All in all, I thought it was a great ending. I thought it was a great trilogy. I love Christopher Nolan as a director, and just him making a superhero movie, like I've said so many times before.
This might be our last chance to talk about Nolan.
Yes.
Because he's not a sequel guy. I think he did really well with this series. I do love the trilogy. Maybe this one was a little dimmed in my view on my recent rewatch. I'd probably go Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, then this one in order in my favorites.
Yeah.
But I still overall really enjoy it. It has a lot of redeeming qualities that very much outweigh the clunky plot. That's my main issue, and the weird conveniences and twists.
Yeah, I think that's where we disagree, because I completely loved the idea of it just being so drawn out, and there's so many, puzzle pieces, and
it's not like a puzzle movie. It just has a lot of setup, because it's not complicated what they're doing. It's just like takes forever for them to reveal what it is. It's not like you have Bane being like, no, I stole this nuclear bomb so I could do this other thing. It's like, no, guy, we know you're going to blow up Gotham with the bomb. It's like,
well, I didn't know, because like whenever they were just like going through all of it, I obviously didn't know that there was like that twist at the end, or like towards the end, when their real thing was to blow up, or like blow up Gotham or whatever,
and
get rid of it
and just blow it up.
Yeah, I had no idea. I just thought that like Bane he wanted to overthrow the League of Shadows, and was just like, fuck the League of Shadows.
Well, he has the League of Shadows. He wants to destroy Gotham.
Yeah.
And that would have been a way to do it. Just have Bane just like be like the Joker and be like, no, society rules, throwing all that out the window.
Yeah.
But that would have been too similar to Joker, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that. because I guess like their viewpoints would be the same. And in this one, they were obviously way different. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the Nolans. We're done with the Nolans.
Yeah.
We're unfortunately going to have to talk about Batman vs. Superman. But before that, this movie, it came out, did really well. Not as well as people thought. It didn't, because people thought this would beat the Avengers, and the Avengers just blew up and changed Hollywood forever. Maybe in a good way, maybe in a bad way. But this is the last time that we will probably ever get a self-contained trilogy about this one hero.
Yeah.
And it's over with no chance of coming back.
I don't know. We'll see. They keep remaking these.
You think they might revisit because they're bringing back Michael Keaton?
Yeah, because I think so.
Well, for a long time, there were rumors about what they were going to do after this one. They keep asking Bale, like, would you come back for a fourth one in the interviews for this one? And he was like, yeah, if Christopher Nolan comes back.
Yeah.
And he kept saying, no, not coming back. This is my last Batman. No. And then because DC was trying to catch up with Marvel, they were going to start their own cinematic universe, which of course launched with Green Lantern.
That god-awful movie.
Luckily, we can never talk about it,
and
because
we will never talk about it.
It never had any sequels.
Nothing.
Rightly.
That movie doesn't exist.
And then also they're going to try again with Man of Steel, because Man of Steel was not meant to be the start of a cinematic universe. It was just going to be like this. It was going to be a trilogy.
Yeah,
just a Superman trilogy.
Yeah, I heard it was supposed to be just like the trilogy of Superman, and then also it was supposed to have like that serious, like realistic nature of Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, would have been better, but
yeah,
DC was just like,
we got to catch up with Marvel.
Did you see how much Avengers made?
Yeah.
Like, come on, we gotta put
we gotta
Batman
play
in the
it up a
sequel.
little bit, guys.
You gotta put Batman in the sequel. You gotta have all these teases. You gotta have Wonder Woman in there for no reason.
Yeah, you gotta have the Flash in there for no reason. You gotta make mention of Aquaman. You just gotta throw it all in there.
You gotta have the Flash time travel to try and stop Ezra Miller from being cast. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, God.
But yeah, that's this trilogy, and I'm satisfied with it. Hope it doesn't get revisited. I'm sure it would be fun to see Bale back as Batman.
I think so. What I wanted to ask you was, with Michael Keaton, what's the one that he's coming out in?
The Flash. Oh boy.
Oh no.
If that movie ever happens, maybe it'll get. Maybe the Flash will time travel and erase all of our memories from that ever.
God, hopefully.
Being announced. That's one of the most cursed movies.
Yeah.
It's like, it's been in production so long. Ryan Reynolds was actually going to be the Flash in like 2006.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then he made the right career decision to be Green Lantern. Bet he doesn't regret that at all.
No, I bet he doesn't regret it. It's not that there's like a whole scene of him regretting that.
He did meet Blake Lively, so
yeah, I'm more than
that's worth it.
Yeah. That's true. All right, guys. So that's it to the trilogy of Christopher Nolan's Batmans.
We're gonna go get Lauren out of that pit.
Oh shit! Yeah, we left her in that pit.
Yeah, we didn't even leave her the rope.
No, we didn't. We actually took that.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't think we left her any food.
Yeah, we really got to get going.
Sorry, guys.
And hopefully we'll be back with Lauren on the next one to talk about Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, it's going to be a super bad time.
For us all, but y'all will be with us. So until next time, bye, guys.
Bye. Follow, subscribe, share, do all that cool stuff if you're a cool guy or
if
woman
you're a cool
or
guy.
person. Y'all are all cool if you're listening to this, but you'd be cooler if you subscribed. Bye.
Bye, guys.